Hi, my name is Megan. This little clip is to fulfill a class project/paper. There are three main rules that I must adhere to in this project. 1. I must use at least 2 multimodal sources. As you can see, I have many multimodal sources being used, so I believe I'm good in that department. 2. I must have an argument about evolving ways we produce, distribute, use, and/or reproduce information. 3. My argument should reflect the 4 implications of what Delagrange calls rhetorical technique. Yeah, I didn't understand as well, so I asked the professor, which is something I would always advise when ideas hit the wall. But this is what the teacher said to me. Go in your own direction with this idea. Show me what you want to do with it, make it your own, and have fun with it. And one thing it definitely doesn't have to be is a conventional academic essay on 8.5 by 11 dead trees. Freedom! So, da, da, da. My virtual me is created by me. After I got the go-ahead, I stared at Delagrange's 4 implications. Let's take a moment and look closely at these implications. First, it is heuristic, evolving and serving as an aid to learning, discovery, or problem solving by experimental and especially trial and error methods. Thank you, Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Second, it's situated, specific to embody and material conditions of particular time and space. Third, it is mobile and strategic, adaptable to change and challenges. Fourth, it is ethical, founded on specific beliefs and values. Now, what does that mean? The great thing about that comment is that everyone will have different answers, because everyone's values and beliefs are different. Example, I see video games as a growing technology differently than works like 12 Blue by Michael Joyce. Let me elaborate. Let's take a look at the Assassin's Creed series as a video game example. I value the art, creation, invention, innovation, creativity, and other adjectives you can think of to describe a video game as a medium in the media age. I enjoy the historical background and the dedication the Assassin's Creed trilogy dedicates itself to, along with fusing fantasy, action, and adventure. So, conceptually, Assassin's Creed and 12 Blue are the same. Then why are they so different? They are both interactive, they both have heavy storyline, they both make you engage fully to get through the plot and truly understand what the media is trying to accomplish. Yeah, it's true in Assassin's Creed you get to slaughter people to no avail, and 12 Blue is about, well, blue. Lots of blue. And to me, that was what was hard about this form of multimodal information that grew out of a binary code, is the fact that 12 Blue is a blue text on a much harsher blue background, where Assassin's Creed is a much more appealing to the eye. Assassin's Creed has an aesthetics, which is something that in today's growing multimodal world needs. In today's multimodal society, it is important that every form of information is engaging. The story cannot be the only engaging aspect, or else we would all read books. But media as a medium must entice other senses, must have aesthetics. There are 5 aesthetics that engage people into multimodal outputs: sight, feeling, smell, hearing, and tasting. Most video games and movies will stimulate the senses on multiple levels. Text and pictures are harder to stimulate aesthetics, considering they usually only stimulate one feeling. That is something unique that these new ways of outputting information reach into, adding new aesthetics to a limited genre. Another great example of exploring in medium that has surfaced is one that mixes binary code with the essence of classic comics. Meanwhile, by Jason Shaga is a comic created only on paper, but is intended to be digital. When Meanwhile was first written, the technology of the time had not caught up to the thought that Meanwhile was written upon. Shaga is not the only person in history that has had the issue with technology not being adequate enough for the time. James Cameron is an example of having to wait on technology to catch up to his vision, sitting on the Avatar script for 10 years. Charles Babbage is a man who was unable to create his ideas because the means to create had not been invented and was expensive. Charles Babbage lived from 1791 to 1871, a time where technology was limited, to say the least. Babbage was a computer pioneer, a man beyond his time. He invented computers but failed to build them. Babbage, fascinated with numbers, he dedicated his life to mathematical answers. The engine chief's mission was to print out numbers in mass. In 1937, Claude Shannon releases a thesis called A Symbolic Analysis of Relay and Switching Circuits. This paper is based off of George Boyle's Logical Algebra in Electrical Engineering. Boyle's logical algebra can be expressed in Boolean two-value binary algebra by 1 and 0, so that 1 means on when the switch is closed and the power is on, and 0 means off when the switch is open and the power is off. It points out the identity between the two truth values of symbolic logic and the binary values 1 and 0 of electronic circuit. Babbage and Shannon both wanted to accomplish was demonstration of numbers, to explain naturally occurring events and actions in numbers. Babbage had no intention to do anything more than a computer matrix. It was Ada Byron, Lady Lovelace, who wanted to use Babbage's machine not only for numbers, but a machine that could compose music, produce graphics, and would be used for both practical and scientific uses. But like Babbage's unfortune, Lady Lovelace was unable to fund her engine, being the end of Babbage and Lovelace's idea for the next century. Throughout history, humans have been creating and evolving technology. It's strange at first, but we all seem to understand in the end. Before Babbage and Lovelace were written off as crazy and their ideas could ever become to be, centuries later their number engine was created. What I think as idiotic and strange, such as 12 Blue, could one day be the face of the future of the multimodal as a whole. But only what is accepted by the masses will continue as a popular modal. The Nintendo died and was reborn as Nintendo 64. One day the idea of 12 Blue might be the rebirth of books. A technology that is new, innovative, crossing boundaries, pushing limits is all that we can expect from the future. And it is sure going to make the future interesting.